Hey guys, so I just got back from work again. We're gonna get started on the panel. I wanted to put that fuel injection system in. I did go out and buy some extras. I'm gonna do an unboxing and show you exactly what I got, and I'll try and put part numbers and stuff down in the comments for you. Got quite a bit here. I got more than I thought I was gonna have. I got gas tank, fuel tank, you know what? I'm gonna go through each of it one by one. I'm gonna do my best to keep this a very short video. I know I get annoyed when videos are longer than they have to be. So let me get set up. We're gonna start from the back forward. We'll start with the tank. We'll unbox the Holley, and then I'll explain these extra parts I got as well. Give me a couple seconds to get set up here and we'll get going. Up we have the fuel tank. Now the fuel tank itself is from a 1967 to 1972 Blazer Jimmy Suburban type vehicle. A lot of guys use these in the 63 and up. If you want to get that fuel tank out of from behind your seat, this is the kit you use. They say here that if you use it in a truck, you may need to remove 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch of your rear bed sill, so keep that in mind. This kit comes with straps to secure it, the J-hooks that you'll want to put on there to tighten her up. It also comes with a sending unit. The thing about the sending unit is in 67, I believe, they switched over to the 0 to 90 ohms, so it doesn't quite work for us. Our trucks are 0 to 30 ohms. So what I did is I went on Amazon and I picked myself up just this cheap little 0 to 90 ohm fuel gauge, but it didn't come with a bracket to, you know, support it, install it. So I bought a triple gauge. I don't know, it was 30 bucks or something off Amazon. So I also have new gauges and sending units for my oil pressure and temp sender. So that's important as well. So I'll be able to keep an eye on things. It just so happens to work out that now I can stick my gas gauge in there too and keep an eye on my fuel. So that should wrap up the fuel end of things. Now we'll get into how we're going to get the fuel from the tank to the fuel injection system itself, meaning the throttle body. Okay, so here we have our bulkhead fitting. Now, originally I was going to try and use the tank I have, but she's got some leaks. That's why I upgraded to the new tank. So I'm not actually going to use this, but if you are going to use your existing tank and you don't have any place for a return line, you'll need to do this. You can see this just unthreads, and you drill a hole in your tank and put this guy in. If you don't get the courage to do that, you could always just pull out your filler neck, pull it out, drill a hole, put it in there, and you can return it back in there. Next up, we have fuel line. So the Holley kit, I bought the additional kit, and it came with additional fuel line. Well, it came with fuel line, period. So what it came with is these two lengths of 20-foot hose, and a bunch of fittings, and this little corrugated plastic piece. I'm not too sure what that's for yet. And came with a couple fuel filters, came with a fuel pump, came with this rubber sleeve for the fuel pump, probably to keep it quiet, I would imagine, and series of clamps and whatnot. I went out and purchased this separately. It's just a mechanical block-off plate for the fuel pump. I figure we're replacing it, may as well block that off. So that gets our fuel from the tank all the way down the line and up to the throttle body. But before it does, I wanted to install this little fuel pressure switch, just so if I ever have an issue, I can figure out at a glance, is it fuel related or not. So I ordered this guy up in that fitting, and it works like a charm, no problems. This is the throttle body I'll be using. It looks like a Ford 2300 carburetor, because that's kind of what it's supposed to look like. This guy's gonna work good for us. I think it's good for up to 600 horsepower or something like that. It's a nice looking piece. I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do for a throttle cable yet, but that's pretty minor. I also need to figure out how these guys are gonna line up for me. I might need to angle that out. I guess it depends how I put it on. I haven't figured any of that out yet. You'll probably be along figuring that out with me. This is wiring harnesses that come with it, minor deets. This is coolant temperature sensor. Probably going to need an adapter to put that on. That's okay. And that's an O2 sensor. Just plugs right into our system. And this is the clamps and the bung if you don't want to weld. You just clamp that guy on and away you go. Supposedly it's as good as new. This guy up here is of course our handheld programmer. We'll get into that when we get that far. And that pretty much concludes the fuel delivery system. These hoses, clamps, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we're good. Hang tight. We'll move on to the next thing. Okay, so here we have this adapter from Mr. Gasket, number 1933. And basically it takes your 4-barrel and adapts it down to a 2-barrel. I believe this is a Holley adapter on the for the 4-barrel. Fits most 4-barrel carburetors to most 4-bolt 2-barrel manifolds and or 4-bolt 2-barrel most 4-barrel. So basically if you have a 2-barrel manifold, you can put a 4-barrel on, or if you have a 4-barrel manifold, you can put a 2-barrel on. Which brings us to our manifold. So for our manifold, normally you might go Offenhauser, you might go Clifford. There's a couple other suspects in there. You can take your factory one, your 1-barrel, and move it up to a 2-barrel. You can adapt it again to a 4-barrel if you want. If you've been hunting intake manifolds like I have, there's one name that keeps showing up over and over and over again. And I don't know anyone who runs one. See some stuff on the internet, sure, just like everybody. I don't know anyone who runs one. Well, you know somebody who's going to run one, and it's going to be me. And here it is. It's the Aussie Speed. So this guy is supposed to work some magic with this waffle business down there. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out if it's worth all the hype or not. It is set up so you can put your Holley carburetor this way or this way. So that's great. It's got one port over here for all my vacuum needs. So hopefully that's enough. Other than that, it looks pretty good. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it looks good. It was a little pricey, I'm not gonna lie. A little more than I wanted to pay, but I wanted something different. So we'll see if it pays off or not. I have no idea. Anyway, that's what we're gonna do. Aussie Speed. I don't know the part number off the top of my head. I had this thing actually shipped here from Australia, so it took a little bit. Hopefully it's worth all the hype. Wish me luck. Okay, now we're down to exhaust. So I picked up some exhaust from Flowtech, part number 11510 FLT. And what this gives me is, some headers, 2-piece headers. Come down here, they collect, I'm not sure, I think that's a 2-inch collector on here. Could be wrong. I think that's what that is. It's like a 2-inch. So that's just going to bolt on there, and then I'll have to run some exhaust out from there. Kind of neat to have dual exhaust on this old girl. At any route, also comes with, of course, header bolts and header gasket, flange gasket stand for the collectors, and then there's this guy. I don't know if you guys know what that is. I don't. I'm assuming it's some sort of a plate for the bottom of the, I don't know, bottom of the intake manifold to the exhaust manifold, where they kind of play ball there. I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comments. If you don't, that's okay too. We'll figure it out one way or another. Do I have any concerns about the overall length of this? I do, because we dropped this thing, right? So this may be too long. We'll see. I don't know. Can we shorten it? No. Can I find someone who can? Probably, but I'm not really your guy for shortening headers. So let's just really hope it fits, because if it doesn't, it's gonna suck. We'll dry fit that before we get too carried away anyway. So yeah, so that's our headers. I gave you the part number. It is a two-piece design. It's gonna be 2 headers. We'll be running dual exhaust. All our goodies are here. I think that's pretty much gonna be the end of her for what I got today. Oh no, I got a little bit more. Hold tight. One sec, I'll be right back. Okay, the last piece of the puzzle, it's not really part of the fuel injection system, but it is part of what we're doing, so I just want to be straight up about it. I wanted to change out the ignition to an HEI system. This is nothing fancy, nothing real great, expensive, just a cheap little eBay system. So I got the distributor itself. I got myself a set of plugs that play well with the cap, right? And then I went on Amazon. I just picked up a couple of connectors, you know, that connect up for both your battery, your ignition power, and then also for your tach. They go here and here. And because I do have these locking tabs on there, I really wanted to get those on there. I didn't want to just, you know, how some guys will just kind of wire it in just on a connector. They seem to rattle out. So it's nice to have that locking connector on there. A little peace of mind as you're driving down the road. And that's going to wrap it up. So I'm going to throw this video up. If you got anything you want to add, tell me I'm missing something. Hey man, please do. If you want to give me some criticism, hey, I'll take it. That's fine too. If you want to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, hey, please do. We're not monetized around here, so we're just doing the best we can with what we got. So yeah, glad you're here. Hope you stick around, and we'll get this fuel injection set up this week. It will be up in a few days. I'll get started today, get this video up first. If you got something to say, say it, help me out. All right, thanks guys.